The old world is no more. Warhammer Fantasy blew up, and Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the Immortal Realms, has taken its place. As the old world blew up, Sigmar, the last remaining soul, or at least he thought he was at that time, clutched to the core of malice, the world that was, what was Warhammer Fantasy. He just fell through the absolute nothingness of the void for countless aeons. Who knows how long he was falling, until a great drake, a god beast called Dracothian, this giant dragon-like god beast, found him and brought him to the mortal realms. There, Dracothian started to teach Sigmar about the mortal realms, and he learnt a great deal from the great drake. And eventually, he decided to go wander and explore these mortal realms. The mortal realms closely resembling the 8 winds of magic from Warhammer Fantasy times. They were the realms of heavens, the realm of light and shadow, the realm of death, beasts, fire, metal, and light. And during his travels, he found many of his old comrades from the, incarnate pantheon of the end times. He found Alariel, he found Malarian, who used to be Malekith. He found Tyrion and Teclis, the twin elven gods. He also found Morathi, Malarian's mother, somehow alive. Grungi and Grimir were found as well, the dwarven gods, and Gorkamorka, the two-headed Auric god as well, and Nagash as well, the grand necromancer. Together, they made a new pantheon, and they started to forge empires and civilization within the mortal realms, and they flourished for a time. Eventually, chaos did seem to seep its way back in, and during all of this, quite a few things happened with all the gods. Gorkamorka was sent to kill all the god beasts, and he was rather good at it. Sigmar thinking to himself, I have a problem later when you'll run out of god beasts to kill. He then decided to send Grimir off to go kill Volcatrix, the god beast, and unlike Gorkamorka, Grimir was successful, but he also died in the process, so Gorkamorka is better than Grimir. Confirmed here, he couldn't even kill one god beast. Gorkamorka killed a whole ton of them. But also, those tricksy elven gods, Tyrion, Teclis, Malarian, and Morathi as well. I mean, we know the last two are tricksy there, and you can't trust Teclis with anything. But they all decided they're going to go find Slaanesh and go find all the elven souls that he had eaten during the end times. And they did. They found Slaanesh and they trapped that elven god, tricking him and trapping him between the realms of light and shadow, and started to extract elven souls from him. But meanwhile, during all of this, the Chaos Gods were getting more and more powerful, and the big bad boy came back. Archaon had been destroying countless other worlds after he destroyed the old world, because that was just the first one. So he's now destroyed who knows how many worlds in this meantime. I mean, he says destroying worlds, but it could have just been, worlds would mean the old world plus 1, so, that means it could just be 2, that is worlds by definition. But anyway, he came back and order began to be pushed back because now it was fragmented. They were all off doing their own things and they couldn't fight as a coherent force anymore. At this point in time as well, Nagash, who Sigmar was pretty close bros with during all this Pantheon stuff, betrayed him and tried to take on Archaon himself and tried to rule as his own independent god Pantheon sort of thing. But that failed, and Archaon smacked Nagash good and beat him up. And, well, Nagash was turned to dust and bones once more, needing to be reincarnated again. And then Archaon came and he started fighting Sigmar at the very gates of Azir, Sigmar's home turf. And it was at this point Sigmar thought he saw Archaon and decided it's a good thing that I should throw Gal Maraz at Archaon, because, that's definitely what I should do, throw my godly hammer at someone on the other side of the battlefield. Turns out it wasn't Archaon, it was just an illusion by Tzeentch, and he tricked him and Gal Maraz was lost. Good job, Sigmar, you really played that one smartly. In the end, Order do lose the battle, and Sigmar has to retreat back to Azir without his hammer because he threw that away, and they jump back into Azir and he shuts off all the gates. Everyone who didn't come back with me, nah, screw yous. I'm not coming to help yous. You got to fend for yourselves. Kids, you're 18, you're out the door. And so he locked himself away for many a time, thinking of how can I get back at that Archaon guy. He's got me again. Damn it. In this time, he sort of shrouds up Azir so that not even Tzeentch, because he doesn't like Tzeentch. I mean, he thinks Tzeentch can't, but Tzeentch tricked him once, so maybe Tzeentch saw all this coming anyway. But he decides to shroud Azir so that Tzeentch apparently can't see into Azir. and he decides to make this brand new army, and that army will of course turn out to be the Stormcast Eternals. He plucks all these mighty heroes from all the different places in the mortal realms, secretly defending and defying chaos as it washes over the mortal realms, and eventually it's time to strike. Millennia have passed. Sigmar had been gone from the mortal realms besides Azir for countless untold years, and so he comes back in this crash of lightning as you hear Ride the Lightning by Metallica playing in the background as all these Stormcasts drop down and start to try and take back the mortal realms. And so this here is where the Age of Sigmar begins. As the Realm Gate Wars truly begin in earnest, Sigmar then spreads out his armies, attacking the realms of death, beasts, life, fire, and metal predominantly in his first strikes. He sends down warrior chambers of different storm hosts. Storm hosts are these things that all the Stormcast are formed into, pretty much Space Marine chapters but for Stormcast, and they all come down and strike in different parts. Mainly, he's looking for his hammer, and that is the key thing he's really looking for. He wants to find his hammer and create a foothold in the mortal realms. Come tune in next time for the next little Age of Sigmar lore short as we continue to explore the story of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, while you're here on YouTube, go check out my featured channel section with a bunch of other fantastic Warhammer Age of Sigmar content from a bunch of fantastic content creators. And if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our community, you can do so by jumping on our Discord server that is linked in the description of the video. Lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon. Thank you to James, AJC, JC, Christian Weir, Philip Ward, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Cowspawn, James Crowder, and Andrew Jarvis. And you can find a link to our Patreon and YouTube members in the description of the video. Thank you all for watching once again. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.